Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. I'm your host, WEBDAVE, along with my co-host, Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Going good, man. Going really, really good. So we have an exciting panel for the quote-unquote Halloween edition.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Happy Halloween.
Exactly. Happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah. And I was like, who can I get for this week's show? Well, it's pretty obvious who I had to get. And not only that, but we exactly everybody on this panel is absolutely awesome. So we're going to start up right. Actually, we'll start in the middle between us since he's got his camera on, and that's fine. Everybody else doesn't have to have their camera. Not a big deal. But they'll turn them on maybe when they want to. But we have Dreadpool, the one and only Dreadpool. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How you guys doing? Happy to be here. It's Halloween time, right? Spooky season.
It is. And if you do have a membership, we do have the pumpkin is back on the emojis, so you can burn that sucker up if you want to. So yeah, Dread. So thank you so much for being here. I know this is a busy, hectic, crazy time of the year for all of us, but especially the ones that love Halloween and everything. So we appreciate you taking time to jump on here tonight for a little while. So thank you so much, sir.
Anytime.
All right, and then we're going to jump up in the corner to his lovely wife. Is she back yet? Death Dealer?
She should be sitting down.
There she is. Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. In fact, both you guys were on last year's show. So I appreciate you guys coming on again together. And then, of course, I was on their new show. I'm going to get to him next, which was Fuzzy Belvedere. Fuzzy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. I'm so grateful to have you on. And then his lovely wife, how do you pronounce it? Say it.
Ferocious Fee.
Ferocious Fee. I don't know why I keep messing that up. It's when I see it and read it, and then I mess it up. So anyway, darling, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Quickly, tell everybody the name of your show, and it's on Friday nights.
Yes, it's Fright Night with Ferocious Fee. Of course, Fuzzy is always on. He's my technical guru.
It's good to have one of those handy. Yeah, I know. My son's my technical guru, and every now and then I call him and say, dude, this is happening. What's going on? And he's like, I have no idea, Dad. Leave me alone. Thanks.
I have my own too. I use mine.
Yeah.
Dreadpool.
There you go. It's like the Brady Bunch, right? I love it. Goodness, guys, welcome all, and welcome to the chat. We already have over 70 people here joining us, either on X or on YouTube. Thank you so much. We appreciate that very much. It's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna be talking a lot of horror games, a few horror movies, and some other kind of good stuff. And the chat was already like, what's that playing in the background? Well, that's the videotape that you're not supposed to watch from The Ring. So if you guys get phone calls in a little bit saying 7 days, then you guys are in trouble, and you're welcome. So anyway, but no, we're still edited version too, because some of it was a little creepy, but we had slapped that as a background just to set the mood for today's show, and we'll be talking the gaming news as well too. So never fear. We are here to talk games on the Gamers Council, hence the name. There we go. So I guess we'll start things off, and we'll go around the horn. We'll start at the top corner. So Death Dealer, be prepared to come to first a lot. What is your favorite horror movie? And you can capitalize it or capsize it if there's a couple, top 3 or whatever. That's fine. Now, you're muted. You're muted. Yep. It happens to me all the time. There you go.
It's a real easy answer for me, actually. I actually don't have to think hard about this one.
All right.
Halloween, the original, 1978. That's my favorite horror movie. My favorite movie,
classic.
actually.
Yeah, it is. It is an absolutely amazing movie. I love it. So we'll go to the center box top. We have Fuzzy. What is your favorite horror movie?
I don't know if everybody considers it a horror movie, but me being the zombie fanatic, and I still consider these zombies, I'm going to go with 28 Days Later. That is my overall favorite.
Good choice. Good choice. I like that as well. I like that. So, Fee, abbreviations. Tell us your favorite horror movie, darling.
So I'm a big horror fan, so I can't just choose one.
Fair
So I'll
enough.
go with a category.
Yes.
Zombies.
Nice. Nice. That does encapsulate a lot, which is awesome because there's so many great horror movies and horror games, including the new Call of Duty with the zombie mode. We'll have to talk about that in a little bit too. Yeah. Dreadpool. What is your favorite horror movie? And you're muted too.
We're keeping the mute in the family, okay?
Yep.
We're all mimes here. So, unfortunately, we're going to go with the long answer. I have a favorite seasonal back in the day. I would say, obviously, Halloween, but, you know, Freddy was also one of those back and forth ones. Never was a Jason guy. But this year, my favorite movie is going to be Violent Night with David Harbour. That's a great one.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, Hargeet, I know you're not as big of a horror guy as all the rest of us. Yeah, I think you're a scaredy cat. I mean, I'm just kidding. But
I just find them
Hargeet,
funny. I don't really find them. I don't know. They're okay.
So what's your favorite?
I think the biggest horror movie to me was Star Wars Episode 8 because it killed fucking Star Wars. But
Yes.
I like your pick. That's funny.
And you thought Emperor Palpatine was like the most vicious one, or any of the other Sith out in the universe. No. Kathleen Kennedy was the most evil one of them all. So yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
But a more serious one, like Alien is pretty good, right? I think the Alien series is pretty good. I assume you count those as horror, right? They're sci-fi horror, but so I'll go with like Alien.
So as the official officiant here, yes, that would count as horror.
Excellent choice.
I see all four of us are nodding our heads. Yes, it is. So
yes. Yep. There you go. Let's see what's some of the comments are in chat because I noticed there was a couple of them coming up. Let's see here. And then I go to look for them, and they've all passed me by. That's awesome. All right, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I'll just say my favorite horror movie is Alien, the original. That's my dad when I was younger, when it very first came out in theaters, he's like, "Oh, let's go with me this movie." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I had no idea what we're gonna go watch. Found out pretty quick. I wasn't that young, but it was still, dude, it was so awesome. And never forget to this day how just the even the title screen where it slowly evolved into the word alien was just mind blowing. So good. So yeah, there's if you have a favorite horror movie in the chat, put it out there. Let us know what's going on. Anything by Bram Stoker. Started already. Yeah. Thanks. Fark you. You make one mispronunciation, you never get to live it down. So I'll explain it to you real quick. That was go ahead. Epic Treasure was in the chat a couple of weeks ago, and she's actually doing this audio book type series where she's actually reading Bram Stoker's the Dracula, and she's been reading it chapter by chapter, uploading it, which is cool, and on her YouTube channel. And I happen to misspeak and say Stroker, and so no one's been able to let me live it down there. All right, cool. Oh, we got like people saying let's see, Friday the 13th, the 1980 version. Very good choice. Heredity. Oh, that's a good one.
See the Devil's Rejects also.
Oh yeah. Creep Show 2.
Creep Show 2 is a really good one. It's also kind of corny at the same time. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is. The Devil's Rejects. Yeah. I like it. I like it. And so there's a lot of good, a lot of good horror movies in there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And Nightmare on Elm Street, very, very good, very good. Some of you know, some of you don't know, but one of my best friends growing up, through high school years, I actually went to a different high school, and I was actually best friends with his brother, and of course, me and him became really close friends, best friends as well too, which is Dave Snyder, and he is a special makeup effects artist, and he has actually done a lot of big movies. In fact, he did the remake of this movie, Dawn of the Dead, with Tom Savini. So that was actually pretty cool. So he's worked on a lot of movies. In fact, he just recently won an Emmy for his work on the miniseries Pam and Tommy. He did all the which like the tattoos for Sebastian Stan. Those were all prosthetic and had to be placed on individually. It had to be touched up after every single shot because his sweat and everything would start making them slip and slide and stuff. So yeah, that was actually not a crazy one. But anyway, so he won for that. So it's kind of cool. And he's been in a lot of good horror movies as well. So yeah, that's where I'm out on that. Let's get into some gaming. And of course it's that time of year. There's so many big games that are out now. So usually you could say, what's a horror movie, game or a horror game should say. It runs the game, but kind of like horror movies. There's Jaws would be considered a horror movie because it's so brutally crazy, violent. Even though it's a big blockbuster movie. And there's zombie movies, there's slasher movies, there's all different kinds of formats. There's suspense thrillers. One of my movies that still makes me, even though I think it's PG-13 even, The Woman in Black, still to this day, and I know it's coming, and I still the birds flying out of the damn chimney, it just makes me jump every time. So yeah, so and it's very creepy. Because it's just a foreboding type movie, and I love it. So so there's all different kinds of horror movies. From the found on film Blair Witch to Paranormal Activity type things. I remember when people actually thought the Blair Witch movie, like the first week it released, they thought it was all real, and I was like, what? It was so cool. Yeah, I got to interview the producer at the time when I was on a radio station. And he was like, yeah, it worked for us. We didn't let them think what they want. That was kind of the whole reason they shot it that way was they wanted to, get that sense of, and then when it was over, it just kind of ended. It wasn't a big thing about, the whole call sheet and cast list and everything. They wanted to make sure that it felt like the whole thing was, this was all found footage kind of thing. So, and they just have to edit it together. So it's amazing all the kind of stuff that's out there. But I'm actually going to start the opposite direction. Hargeet, I won't make you go first because I know. We'll come to you last, buddy, because I know this will give you a chance to think about it.
How is that fair? I had to go first.
Then we'll let you go first. We will. I'm sorry. Well, I thought you were waiting because your camera was off. So that's why I was giving you a pause. But we'll go with you first. So all right. So let's.
I don't want to go first. I'm just saying, how come he gets a pause? And I had to go first. I'm not volunteering to go first again. I'm just saying, how come when you go the opposite way, he gets the minute?
Because he's a co-host?
Still.
There you go. Exactly. All right, Hargeet, you're second. Anyway, so we're going to go with Dreadpool first. Dread, since you're right there and on camera where I can pick on you. I'm just kidding. Up against the brick wall. No, don't go away. Oh goodness. So it's Halloween time of year. So what horror games would you recommend? In other words, what should everybody be playing? And it doesn't matter whether it's Steam, Xbox, whatever format or whatever platform it's on, it's fine. I prefer Xbox, but whatever.
I'm really, really wanting to go with the David Harbour game, but they fell flat on that one. So instead, here's the game you should play. Alan Wake 2. They just came out with a DLC. You have to go that way. So if you played Alan Wake 2, you'll understand. Game of the year. Yeah, it's right there. And you got the DLC for it now. You got to play it.
Very good. Very good. Very good. You guys can still hear me, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Like I said, my soundboard's doing weird things, so I have to hit a certain button to make it so I can hear myself, and it just jacks everything up. So anyway, just want to make sure that I'm still being heard. Cool. All right. So any other games that you like? You can have a list of like what's your like recommended horror games that you would say, dude, you got to play this. You got to play this. It doesn't have to be.
This is like any time, right? Not just
anytime.
He's got
Yes.
a long list for that.
Yeah, and that's good. So we got, like I said, it's the world is your oyster.
I mean, there's so many good games.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say Dead Space because it's not a horror game to me. It's Aliens. But I know for some people it is a horror game. I do like the remake, but I want to say Callisto Protocol is a good one to go with. You just got to get used to the controls, and now that they've done all those updates, you won't get stuck in certain places, and that's what I've had issues with. I mean, you guys know I'm going to say Dead Island, and Dead Island 2 was a masterpiece. It pulled itself away from the first set, which is Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. Do not play Escape from Dead Island. Don't even waste your time. It's a horrible game. Don't even waste your time. But Dead Island 2 came out perfect, as big as it is, and it's had DLC. So yeah. What other games? If you really want to go old school, let's go with Nintendo Friday the 13th.
That was one of the ones I was going to suggest too. I love that game.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good games out there. There's a lot of bad games, but you just find something you get to enjoy yourself with it. But those ones are like the top ones you got to play.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say first and foremost, especially for Halloween season, Alan Wake 2, you cannot. I mean, all of Alan Wake is good, but Alan Wake 2 is just.
Yeah. I get you. Chef's kiss. Exactly with the new download and everything, the new expansion pack, as it were. So very cool. Oh, and somebody said Dareezy said Manhunt. Yeah, that's another good one. Yep. All right, cool. So Hargeet, we're gonna go to you next. Horror games, because I know you like playing a lot of games. So
yeah.
Some of them may just be horror,
and it depends on what you consider horror versus like maybe suspense. But Sinking City, that's one maybe that you can play in that horror genre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things like Little Nightmares.
Oh yeah,
excellent choice.
What was that? Was Inside? I think was the one where it's kind of like, I don't know if you consider it horror, but you're like kind of just escaping like stuff that's going on, and it's like kind of crazy, right? So you can think of things like that. I don't know if you consider this horror at all, but like the Dead Rising series, it's it's zombies, but like it's more comedy. But it's
Shaun of the Dead, baby.
And they did just a remake of the first one or something, like, right? Didn't they just release another, like, updated it? So like, yeah, if you haven't played that, like, it's kind of fun, I think, anyways. What else can I think of? I don't know, it's probably like a good amount. I like there's plenty of those like obscure ones, right? That are like indie games, and a lot of people think of the bigger ones like the Resident Evils and all that stuff, and those are fine, I guess. But I'm trying to think of like the smaller ones that I've played. Yeah, definitely a horror game is Concord, because it was a horror for Sony. But that's a different story.
I mean, if it ever returns, it could be a zombie game too.
Apparently, the zombie game is trying to make a return. So
What do you think about like Hellblade? Do you think that would be considered that? Because it's really like this mental craziness going on. I don't know if it's considered horror, but it's kind of in that vein, isn't it? There's all sorts of horrors that she's going through that you're kind of experiencing through her eyes, right? But yeah, stuff like that. And yeah, somebody just mentioned Limbo. Like the same guys that made like those like Inside Limbo. What was the Somerville?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, was there one before Limbo? Did they make Braid? Was that what? But that was like not like really in that horror genre. But yeah, Inside and Limbo were definitely more in that vein. And Somerville was kind of like that too. I don't know if you guys played that one or not.
Yeah, it was like a sci-fi version kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a good number, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody put it in there.
Jim,
and look who it's from too.
Okay, all right. So since someone's saying that they enjoyed this game, I'm gonna need you to tell me why you enjoy this game.
Which one?
I need to know how old you are.
Foam Stars?
That game, I don't know who they made that game for. I don't know who they made that game for. So
I assume they were kind of going after the Splatoon, contingent, I guess, or audience, but they have Splatoon. Why would they?
Exactly.
Why would they go to Foam Stars?
I assumed it was the people that were into EDM and they were filming like this with their phone and didn't realize it's not a phone.
That's funny.
So, another good one, because as Hargeet was talking about all these indie ones, Bramble the Mountain King. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yep. The
oh yeah, Splatterhouse. Somebody put that in there. That's
yeah. Classic. Yeah. Oh yeah. And The Quarry. That's another good one, I think. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Until Dawn. That was one that just got remastered.
Yeah, it was that great.
Yep. All right. So I guess who's up next?
I guess would it be Fee or would it be Death Dealer?
Death Dealer, are you ready?
Sure.
Go for
it. Why not? Okay. First things first, I will discuss my favorites, even though Dreadpool kind of mentioned them, because he knows I'm going to talk about them. Dead Island and Dead Island 2, and of course Dead Island Riptide. Forgot that one. I love those games. They're amazing. They have the first one actually has scared me, so I do consider them horror games.
Yeah.
Can we tell them the story? Some of these people haven't heard this story.
I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to hear the story.
I
don't think people, I'm not embarrassed by it or anything. I don't care. I have no shame. I just don't know if they want to hear the story.
It's up to you.
Well, I'll make it quick. I was home playing the video game by myself, and we had just moved. I didn't realize at the time that the Xbox automatically signed you in to play online gameplay. And it signed me in to play online gameplay, and I didn't realize that. And
she was pregnant at the time.
Yes. And I heard someone talking to me. I didn't realize they were talking to my character in the game, but this guy kept saying, "Hey, I can see you. Turn around. Hey, I'm over here. Look, I can see you. Just turn around."
Oh, man.
And so my hormonal pregnant self starts looking around the house, freaking out, thinking there's someone in the house looking at me and telling me to turn around. So after a few minutes of this exchange of me going, I'm yelling at the TV, "I don't see you. I don't know what you're talking about. Just come out." I went ahead and left the house. I ran around the block to my sister's house. I was out, and I did not come home until Dreadpool got home from work, who then, of course, we figured out what happened, that it was signing me into online gameplay.
Yeah.
And the person was in the game behind me.
In the character, you're talking to the character. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And no, you know, no one can blame you, darling. I think I'd be like freaking out as well.
I come
Yeah.
home to the whole entertainment center like covered with bed sheets.
I thought he could
She didn't want the
see
TV,
me.
anything coming out of the TV or nothing like that.
Well, I thought it was. We still had. This was when we were still using a Connect. So I thought for a minute I'm thinking, okay, he's seeing me on the Connect somehow. Like maybe that turned on somehow. So yeah, hell yeah, I left. I ran out of the house and I was not coming back. I wasn't taking that chance. I've seen these movies before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to be the one.
You get a lot of support in chat, so they're all like the same thing. I leave the house too, and I can't blame you. So yeah.
I watched Scream.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm asking you, what's your favorite scary movie? That's it.
Yeah. So obviously, since that actually scared me and got me good, Dead Island's still an all-time favorite. I will play that probably as long as I can.
There you go.
There you play the first one and Riptide with every single character.
Wow.
Every single character. I haven't done that. I've just stuck around with like a couple of them. Mainly
got to change it up.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
But and then also I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's a new one that I've started liking a lot. And then someone mentioned Condemn. That is another game that I liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many. I just can't think of all of them right now.
That's good. That's good. Well, and then there's Pink Pringles in the chat said,
Hi,
yeah, there you
Pinky.
go. Said, is that why you hate Paranormal Activity? You lived through it.
Nice.
I hate that movie. I hate that series because it's just terrible.
Yeah.
I will live through a Paranormal Activity though. It doesn't scare me. A door closing. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, the other one you liked was Evil Within.
Yes, that's a good game too. Yes.
Someone speaking of Xbox, so he's at Redfall. It's technically a horror game.
It is.
Yeah.
It's vampires.
Yeah, that's a good game too. I like that one as well.
There you go.
One of the few people that actually enjoyed it. You didn't play into the drama like everybody else did. I played with Retri, and we had a good time. So we didn't fall into the drama.
I play a game because I like the game.
Yeah. Shout out to Retri. We miss him here. All right. So we'll go to Fuzzy. What games should people be playing? What horror movies do you absolutely love or think or suggest to people that they try out and play?
Well, it recently left Game Pass, and it's not as much horror. It's more environment kind of stuff, and it has that look of like Aliens to some extent, and that would be Scorn.
Yes.
Some weird looking creatures, some weird surfaces, and then things you have to do as far as either chopping up other seedlings or something that's in the game, or having creatures attack you and pull your insides out kind of deal. But definitely worth the experience. But like I said, it recently left Game Pass. I think it goes for like $20 or so, give or take. You can probably catch it on sale at this point, but a worthwhile experience. Probably about a 5-hour playthrough, give or take. But my main thing being zombies. The two main ones, one might be a little bit of a surprise because it's not that it's scary, but you can definitely turn that level of threat and tension and whatnot up. But the first one is going to actually be Dying Light 1. To me, that one did a little bit better than Dying Light 2. If you're into zombies and all types, whether they're like the ones that kind of look like they were from what is it? I Am Human, or not I Am Human. I forget what the thing was. Oh, I Am Legend. Like, yeah. If you want zombies that have a mixture of that as well as traditional ones that you've seen in other games or types of movies, definitely play Dying Light 1 and try your best to survive at night. That's where the fast zombies and those I Am Legend type zombies are probably the biggest threats, and it can be a bit tense at times. Another one that I would add to that list, especially with all the recent updates and support that they've given that game, would be State of Decay 2. On the surface, it's not going to be a scary game, but you start turning it up to Dread or Nightmare, or I forget what the other one is called, level, where you have like blood zombies, or you have these blood hearts that come in different either colors or different, have different customization, not customization to them, but like different things that can affect you, whether they'll be like almost like an instant kill type of deal or instant infection type of deal. That game can definitely be a bit more scary trying to play at night, creep around, be as silent as possible, because the alertness of the zombies is at its highest in Nightmare. And then when it comes to finding resources, every bullet's going to count, or every arrow is going to count, and you may have to shoot an arrow, look where it went, hopefully it landed into the zombie you were targeting, and then go retrieve it out of that zombie if you can, because like I said, resources are at an extreme limit. So if you want to live your The Walking Dead simulator kind of deal, this is definitely the game to give a try, especially if you're a zombie fan as well. But those I would put at the top of the list, but there's going to be some more like seasonal ones that tie into this time of year. And I would say Friday the 13th. I don't know if it's still listed in the stores, although it has a good bit of a community that still plays it. It still has a lot of unlockables as far as different Jason characters and different camp goers and things like that. It's a good time if you're playing with randoms, or if you have a group of 5 or 6 friends, one of them willing to play as Jason. It could definitely be a good time. I tend to like that a little bit more than like the Dead by Daylight type of games, but that to me, Friday the 13th was like living the movie in its best form as far as a video game is concerned, or at least I didn't play the Nintendo one from back in the day. So the more recent one was more my speed. But those are the first ones that come to mind. Everything else will be, would lean more towards like sci-fi horror and stuff like that. But I know, like Dread was saying earlier, he doesn't really consider Dead Space, but the new one with the audio and stuff like that definitely can play tricks on you kind of deal. And then even like what Hargeet was saying, when it comes to like Hellblade, I would think Hellblade 1 might have some more scarier moments in it, as far as enemies being able to sneak up behind you and things like that, and just dealing with the voices in your head kind of deal. But there is a particular level for Hellblade 2 that's like underground with these unusual creatures that will pretty much lash out at you at any opportunity kind of thing. And that particular level, I would say that if you could skip to that level and you want like the fight for your life kind of horror situation, I would say Hellblade 2 has that, at least in one of the levels where you're fighting these creatures underground and stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. So, Furious V. I'll let you make sure you unmute yourself when you're ready. And there you go. And so let us know what games do you like playing, or what games people should be playing? What recommendations do you have for people?
So I'm not a big gamer. I do play one game called Don't Starve. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it.
Nice.
But it's a survival game. You get to pick your own character. There's multiples, and each character has just special things about them. So you have to create your world based on the character that you're going to be playing. If you don't, then you're going to be at a disadvantage in the beginning. I can give you tons of games that Fuzzy would like me to play.
Whatever you want, darling.
So he's been trying to get me to play. I think non-horror wise would be Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
horror wise, I'm not sure if it's horror wise, but Cult of the Lamb, he says, is similar to Don't Starve.
Yeah.
Of course, any zombie movie.
It's
Sorry,
cutesy.
any zombie game like State of Decay. What is it? What was the other one, Fuzzy?
Oh, Dying Light's a big one.
Dying Light, yeah, that one too. Yep.
Now, one cool thing about Don't Starve, if you play it with all of the, like if you, instead of playing like builder mode and stuff like that, if you play like the true survival version, try playing it at night without a fire and see how long you last.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
Basically,
Nice.
start seeing things moving in the dark. These like dark ghost figures start chasing you, and you'll have to have like a wreath of flowers around your head to kind of ward them off, or set fire so that way they don't attack you.
The only one that can survive is the little girl, because she's basically a fire starter. That's the only one that can survive at night. Otherwise, you have to have pretty much all of your storage has to be torches, or you have to have a big fire or something. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, no, there's
some other honorable mentions that like come to mind. Left 4 Dead, which was one of my favorites way back, right? That was a awesome, like that was Valve, I think, right? That did that, and it's kind of fallen off, but like that was a pretty good series. And
I used to play
Condemned
so much.
Yeah, right. And then Condemned, which was I think it was a launch title, right? Was fantastic with the original Xbox. And then there's Call of Cthulhu. I don't know if anybody ever played that
Call
one.
of Cthulhu. Yes, I
Yeah.
played that one.
So there's plenty of other ones too. With just like there's so many like horror genre games, right? But
You got Evil Dead,
yeah.
Dead by Daylight. Yeah,
This is Friday the 13th in the background now.
Yep. Yeah, not my playthrough, but it actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's still being played. It's 7-8 years later, so there you go. Yeah, it's still up there. It's still out there. I like it. There is Hargeet, I don't know, maybe you can pull it up separate. I'm trying to find the list of what's in Game Pass right now.
The entire list of like horror games in Game Pass.
I know there's like a list of all the games, and we could just we just kind of name off a few, but there's a bunch that are in there. Let's see.
I'll just go into the Game Pass and try to find them.
Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, they had a lot of sales, and I bought a lot of games on sale.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, like 505 games in Game Pass right now. Wow.
You got Dead Island 2 is in there now, and it just came to PC as well.
Yeah. Let's see.
I was hoping they would have like a category for horror, but they don't.
A Plague's Tale, Requiem.
Yeah, maybe you can consider that, right?
The Bunker. That's definitely. Some people might consider what's Alice Madness Returns. That's kind of a mind mess with your head type game. Let's see. As Dusk Falls.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I know there's a lot more. Bluey, the video game. That's pretty scary. Just kidding.
Oh,
just kidding. But it's in there. There you go.
I mean, maybe Vampire Survivors. I don't know.
Oh, definitely
that horror. It's kind of just
it's vampires.
Well, shooter, but
Title says it all. Yeah, Control. That would probably be maybe a horror game. So let's see. It's scary for some. That's
Costume Quest 2 is kind of a funny game, though.
Yes,
maybe it's kind of horror, but that's Double Fine if I remember right.
Well, the game Days, DAYZ.
Yeah, Daisy.
Yeah, and then
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight for sure. Yeah, Dead Space, Dead Island 2. Gosh, all the Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, and the remake are all in there. Death's Door,
Do we consider
Space Invasion.
Diablo a horror game? Do you
Yes.
consider that a horror game?
Yes.
Yeah. The Diablo series.
Yes, it is.
It's a theme. So
Doom?
yes.
Do you think Doom maybe fits
Yes.
there? I don't
Yep. I mean, did you see the movie with the Rock?
know.
Pretty scary. It's good. So yeah, there's a bunch of Dooms in there. Yeah, for real. Let's see. Goodness. I mean,
I don't know
but
if you consider Evil West. I don't think so. It's just more of an action.
Let's see as we keep scrolling through. But yeah, there's.
I'm just curious if you think
I
parts of
like
Gears and Halo would be considered horror.
I think the original
I
Gears
would.
for sure.
I say the original Halo because
All right.
I
With
was
the
running
flood?
backwards, shooting at the flood, freaking out, trying to stay alive. So yeah, I was gonna say Combat Evolved was another one.
Yeah,
Just
so
not
see,
the anniversary edition because they took away a lot of the blood, a lot of the guts, a lot of the soldiers that were
Ugh.
dead laying down.
Yep.
And the griminess, but the OG, yes.
I mean, I can start naming off some more now. We got Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
Oh yeah. Yes, but
so many more.
and Ghostwire Tokyo's in Game Pass as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Let's see. And you were talking about Resident Evil. The Resident Evil, I get 3, I think, is in there in Game Pass now, and that's the remake. Hellblade, but both the Hellblade Senua Saga and Hellblade 2 are both. I would
Last
consider
of
those
Us.
horror movies.
The Last of Us.
Yes. Yep. So and a lot of these are in Game Pass, where it's like it's included. So if you want to play some horror movies, and you know, go for it. They're right there.
Silent Hill.
Limbo's in there. The aforementioned that's in there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yep.
A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. Yeah.
Where it uses your microphone and you make too much noise. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Some scrolling.
Oh, The Walking Dead has several games.
Oh yes, yeah,
Forgot
a
about
lot of
them.
Telltale ones in here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Plants versus Zombies, even though it's a puzzle game, but that's it's
Yes,
scary,
it
right?
still counts. They're zombies.
There you go. Prey might be considered a horror.
Yeah.
Quake games.
Prey. I would
Firefly,
definitely
yeah.
consider that one.
Well, when we talked about Redfall, that's definite. Resident Evil 2 is available in Game Pass. Resident Evil 3 is available in Game Pass, which is included with your subscription. So to Game Pass Ultimate, which is awesome. Some people might be scared of Sea of Thieves. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. But yeah, there's there's plenty of choices. Somerville, which you were talking about earlier, that's also in there.
Yeah.
Let's
Lollipop
see.
Chainsaw.
That would be it. Yeah, that's definitely
Interesting. Yeah.
Yep. I wish that was in Game Pass, but yeah, I know that's. Yep. Let's see here. Well, we talked about the Evil Within 1 and 2.
State of Decays, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
those are there.
And the Quarry. That's in there. And that's the same.
Still
people that
Wakes the
made.
Deep.
Oh yes.
Oh
that-
yeah, Still Works So Deep is pretty good.
Yeah. And like you said, all the Walking
What was that
Dead
other
ones.
series? It's just like it's kind of Ashes. What was it? Men of Medan. Those series.
Oh yeah.
I forget what the anthology is called.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Man of Medina, something like that. Anthology. Like I'll have to look it up.
World War Z is also in Game Pass.
Mhm.
The Quarry's in here. Yeah.
Zombie Army. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
Quarry. That's was it the Darkness Falls or whatever people
The
made
Walking
that?
Dead stuff, Telltale, Walking Dead.
A
that's
bunch of that in there. Yeah. So yeah, plenty of good choices. But
What about Those Who Remain? Does that count as one? I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, I would think so. Let's see here. Hargeet, we did get a super,
super chat?
but we oh my goodness, Spartan with a big heart of gold. He actually did 2 of these, so I'm gonna let you read off these.
Oh wow, we got some gifted memberships. Let me get the air horn. All right, let me see if I can scroll back to find these. Wow, it's just scrolling.
There's 2 sets, so
wait till I'm waiting for this to finish scrolling. Hopefully it doesn't go too far.
it shouldn't be too far at all.
Okay, all right, so there we go. There's one of them. Let me see the first one.
Shout out to Spartan661. Thank you so much for your support, buddy. We really appreciate
I see this one. I'll at least say these ones. So we got Incredible BLK, G-Dog, You Know I Got Soul, JD Gamer, and Chris H. SNR. Those were 5 of them. I'm trying to see if I can find the other ones. Let's see if I can. Oh, here we go. I got it. RWK88, Sean T, Will Broke Boy Lewis, Jason Redman, Eastside Vandal.
There you go. Congratulations to everybody who got one, and big shout out to Spartan661. Choo choo. We do appreciate that very much. And just because you have a membership now, you are able to burn up and use the emotes, which I'm going to throw them all in there real quick, to your heart's content. Hey. Oh my goodness. Dude.
Some more.
He did it again.
Wow.
Man, thank you so much.
Nice.
All right.
That's awesome.
Very nice of you.
So we got D Block, Joshua H, AJ H, NC Ghost of Low Road, and JGRO.
There you go. Each one of you. Thank you so much, Spartan. You don't have to keep giving, buddy. We appreciate you very, very much. You're awesome, and you know your support means more than you'll ever know, man. So thank you so much for doing that, Spartan. You are one of a kind, buddy. The man. And I tell you what, Hargeet, you ready to read again?
Did you do it again?
No, I'm getting ready to do it.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So there we go. Just to add to the mayhem.
All right, we got Music 72, Unstoppable Los, and then M Mac 22TH54, Brad Graves, and Gummy Hernandez.
So yeah, you all have gifted memberships as well. Like I said, with those gifted memberships, you can check out and burn up these emojis. We have all kinds of cool ones, and we rotate them around so we keep them fresh, keep them changes. But we have the pumpkin emojis for the Halloween season, TTS in honor of Dirt Griggity and his channel. Exactly. Let's see if you guys got to let me know if you can hear this, because I may not be able to hear it.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
You guys hear that? Okay.
Dirt,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We love Dirt. Oh goodness. So and both him and Sean 786 have already confirmed that they are going to be on our show that is the day after the Game Awards. We're gonna so our very first show that's after the Game Awards. We're gonna have those guys on as our special guest, and Hargeet, just so you know, that will be episode 100 for the show. So yeah, so we're gonna have a big old time. We're gonna have some giveaways. I'm gonna give away a whole bunch of stuff, and we're gonna have a lot of fun on that episode. So yeah, so good times will be had by all. But that's in the future. Right now, we're getting scared. Very scared. Very scared. So yeah, so we've touched on a lot of horror games. I keep saying horror movie, but horror games in Game Pass, and there's a lot of them. So I guess as anybody, and nobody may or may not have played, and in chat, this also shout out to you too if you have. But obviously, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, big game dropping in Game Pass. They're saying it's one of the best that they've had. There's a lot of ponies that are crying about it because well, you know, and some people even try to take credit for it. Whatever. But yeah, so with the good old 80-20 split, that means 80% of the game profits are going to Microsoft, even on the PlayStation version. So buy it up all you want to. We'll make more, and all that money will go back into Game Pass to continue to grow the company. So yeah, I love it. I love
Do
it.
we have official things that say that it actually is 80? I don't know. Is it really 80?
Yes, it's
Whatever.
80-20. That was the when they did the there was what's his name? I can't think of his name now. He
Destin?
covered no, the other guy, the legal mind that covered a bunch of it. We almost had him on here once, but we didn't get him on. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. And you guys all know him. Every single one of you probably have heard of him.
Hogue or the other guy?
Hogla?
No, not Hogue.
Oh,
I know who you're
Foss
talking
Patton's guy.
Not Luke.
No, Foss Patton's. What's his name? Is that who you're talking about?
Maybe. Boom had him on a couple of times.
Yeah.
The Foss Patton's guy, but I think he changed his name on Twitter or something. But
Well, Foss
did he?
Patton's was a company he was working on. And he's not working there anymore. Yeah, what was his name though?
Anyway, he still posted. He was one of the guys that talked about the when they went back to apparently he saw some document that when he went back to I guess when Sony finally said, "Oh, hey, we better go ahead and sign this contract just in case we don't get left out in the dark," and that's kind of what was
Florian
on the table.
Florian Miller.
Florian, that's him.
yeah,
That's the one. He is the one that had said that was the 80-20 split. So, yep. Ponies 100% equals 80-20 is more. I like that. I love it. You are the homie Spartan. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for all that you do. We appreciate the support greatly. You are awesome, dude. One awesome guy. So yeah. So man. But with that, there was they now have the Call of Duty. It's now in Game Pass, including Game Pass. Some people thought maybe it'll never happen. A lot of the stuff rolls around, a lot of rumors come around, a lot of people start stuff, say stuff. It's all rumors until it is, and it now is that it's in Game Pass and it's doing well. So I'm sure we'll see something along the lines of numbers at some point. Microsoft may not give you exact numbers, but I guarantee you if it's doing really well, they're going to brag about it in a big way by saying things like, the most successful blah, blah, blah launch and all this kind of stuff. And maybe even, if it really does move the needle, maybe we will get an update on the numbers for Game Pass this year, or maybe the beginning of next year, or maybe at the end of the quarter. They'll say, hey, what's year-end quarterly results? They'll probably say, and this is where Game Pass was at after we released Call of Duty. So big things going on. But with that Call of Duty comes a zombie mode, which is definitely fitting for the horror theme that we're talking about today. Has anybody on the panel played Call of Duty and or the zombie mode? I've got it loaded up, but I have not played it myself. I'll be honest.
Played the campaign. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dread.
I was going to say I've yet to have a chance to sit down and actually play a game because I've been editing for Halloween and everything. So unfortunately, I can say neither.
Very, very good, and totally understandable too, dude.
Yeah, for me, I was able to play the campaign, but wound up falling asleep when we were supposed to do game night that Friday for the zombie mode and stuff like that. Looking forward to playing the zombie mode, but yeah, I'm loving the campaign as it stands now. The only additional thing I would just send it over the top for me would be to have an optional third-person mode for campaign, but that's never really been a Call of Duty thing until recent with the recent modes for online. But it works out perfectly now. You get to build up your mansion or your safe house kind of deal. different options where you can focus some of your funds, different weapon options and things along those lines. So it's definitely one of the better. And I'm more of a Modern Warfare guy than Black Ops guy, but this one they definitely did right, and it was great that they took that extra dev time to make this one. Even though I know a lot of people kind of poo-pooed on Modern Warfare 3, a good bit of people liked it, but it wasn't a full game like Modern Warfare 2 was. But that extra dev time went into this one, and it shows. The Omni movement and all that as well. But Zombies looks fun. I'm not normally a zombies guy since the kids have grown up kind of thing. We used to play zombies with them before, where you'd have to, go from section to section and board up the room and get the weapon out of the vending machine and have a certain amount of points and all that stuff. But this way it is set up now, it looks like it's a lot more fun than it was in the past. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And the name was Florian Mueller is the name I was trying to get earlier. So yeah. Appreciate that. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat too that talk about the zombie mode. Can't wait to play zombie modes, and campaign mode is really good. Yep, that's I downloaded everything, got it ready to go, and then had to go to work. And I start day shift starting on Tuesday, so I'll actually be able to spend more time back in gaming again than I have been the last little bit. So I'm looking forward to actually getting in and playing, and hopefully playing with some of you guys that are either in the chat or on the panel here again. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. But yeah, this is what we got playing in the background right now. That is the zombie mode going right now in Black Ops 6. It looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. What do you think, Hargeet? Would you play something like that?
Nah, I mean, I've played a little bit of the zombies in Modern Warfare 3, I think, right? I had it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay, whatever. But I haven't been able to play 6 yet, Black Ops 6.
So, but that is something you will play, right? Since it's in Game Pass and you're obligated by law to play it, right? I'm just kidding.
I actually had no space on my Xbox. I finally did install it on my PC, and then I was having issues trying to get it to authorize, but I've got that fixed, so now I'm able to play. But with that, I also was able to figure out how to get Shattered Space to work, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to play that first.
Yep. So, and somebody asked me in the chat, what's your gamer tag, Dave? It is WEBDAVE. WEBDAVE. Just that's my name on here because real name is David Anthony, but WEBDAVE. It's the name I came up with back when we started doing the beta testing for Xbox Live. I was a GameStop manager at the time, and they sent out things where all GameStop managers could jump in and be a beta tester for the original. It's pretty awesome. Loved it then, and still play it. Still membership to this day, and I've got that tag actually on everything. So my gamer tag on Steam and on even the PlayStation quote unquote gamer tag is also WEBDAVE as well. So
yeah, I was in that second wave that they opened up.
It's very cool.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Yep. I still love it, and it has been so much more greatly improved over the time. But yeah, WEBDAVE. So anybody wants to send me a friend request or just add me or follow me or whatever, and I will do my best to add you on there. So there you go. That's me. Yay. And then I think everybody's links and information are going to be in the description. So just so you know, and if they have their gamer tag available, those stuff, I'm sure they'll post it or put it there. Or if they want to drop it in chat, they're more than welcome to. So if anybody else wants to do that, they sure can do that. So, but I'm not going to call anybody out to make them do that. But we know that Hargeets is a tough one. Let's see, a community game night would be awesome. Yeah, you know what, Farq, I think we're going to probably try and do that. Let's get through Halloween, and sometime in November, I can definitely set up a time when we can all get on together and figure out a time and maybe do a couple of different nights. So more people get a chance to join us. We'll find a game that everybody can play. Oh, I don't know, something like Call of Duty, maybe, or Halo, something Game Pass. It won't cost you anything to buy if you have a membership. Yay. Oh, goodness. I love it. Me too. Over 210 people watching us here on YouTube and on X. Thank you all so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you get a chance, hit the subscribe button if you like the content you're seeing here. And like I said, we're going to have we have a show every Sunday. And so definitely come check that out. And if you get a chance to, and you like this video and you like the content you're seeing, please hit the like button. As Dirk Greedy would say,
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Exactly. Thanks, Dut.
That is so cute.
Yeah. He has a whole long spiel, and I just edited that part out to I asked him if I could do it. He's like, yeah, I don't care. So there you go. All right, cool. So guys, what thanks, Fuzzy. Please hit the like button. All right, guys. So Hargeet, I'm gonna throw it to you, and I'm gonna see, is there any topics or anything that's come up that you wanna, gaming topics that you want to talk about, anything like that you can think of that you want to go over?
Yes, Call of Duty is apparently the death of Game Pass, and
Oh, no.
Xbox is going to be dead in about a month. But apparently not.
Dreamcast guy, you're such a joker.
I didn't know he said anything about that. I'm just looking at the general trend of things, and
every video he has
is the end of the world. And
yeah,
if Game Pass numbers don't change, then everything's going to die, and Microsoft's going to shut down Xbox. And yeah,
it's so terrible. Here we go. We'll play this.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Exactly. Yeah. Doom and gloom.
Yep.
They keep predicting the death of Xbox, so I'm assuming if Xbox was a horror movie, it'd be a zombie flick. So yeah,
it just keeps coming back from the dead.
There you go.
It's funny what's funny is for a service that was never was, it's still around.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah, but hey, PS Plus had to change. Game Pass really didn't.
And how many subscribers did PS Plus lose? I want to say it was near 50%. Did that happen to Xbox? It didn't happen to Xbox.
No.
They jacked it like over 50%.
So here's some copium from the ponies. Yeah.
I guess they're going to still wait for all but Indiana Jones. That's the only one that they know that they're getting. And they got to wait 6 months for it and pay $70 for it. So,
yep.
I think they're doing it wrong.
we do have a super chat. Adidas, thank you so much, buddy.
Yep. I do this $5. Drinking. Have a great show, my bots. Hargeet, send olives, please. Sure.
Yeah, shaken, not stirred.
Olives. Let's see, which olives do I want to do here? Oh, we'll do this one.
Look at all
That's
those
a lot
olives.
of olives.
I don't see any Kalamata olives out there. How dare you?
Yummy. There we go. Olives and mustard. Yeah, it's C Money just does not like olives or mustard. I don't know why, but he is.
Think you have enough olives. I think you need to go get some. You seem to be running out.
Exactly.
Did you?
I got a jar in my cabinet.
I sent C Money a mustard shirt. It said "Premature speculation." I actually got him to wear it too.
That's so funny. Oh goodness!
Like
so yeah. Oh goodness, we do. Let me get on the right thing. Da, da, da.
All right, Adidas 20 $2. Oh shit, Dreadpool is back. Salute.
Going on, Adidas.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it wouldn't be a
Appreciate it.
Halloween episode without Dread and Fuzzy and their wonderful wives on. We'll say they're better halves. There you go. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's very true. It's very
I'm
true.
definitely better than my husband. Thank you.
Oh goodness. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got this guy.
Hey, he's pretty cool, so that's saying a lot. I'm just fantastic.
Talking about me, not the guy on the screen.
Yeah. I know. We know. That's funny.
I'm just saying, anybody that wasn't paying attention, if they looked up, she's not talking about this douche nozzle.
What are you talking about? That's the great Reforged Gaming. All right. Anyway, so let's talk about let's hear what wisdom that Reforged wanted to share on the world.
This guy says you have a 4K 60 FPS game on Xbox and you choose to play on PlayStation. Yeah, because this is where I play Call of Duty. What do you want me to say? This is where I play. If I'm ever going to do a community game night, if I'm ever going to play the multiplayer, this is where I've had all my Call of Duties for a while now. Like, what's it to you that I decided to buy it instead of playing it on Game Pass? These people are deranged.
Thanks for the money, buddy.
Eugene says, I think you're going to see crazy early quit rates on the campaign. Oh, like when we look at like the achievements.
Cope.
Yeah.
Seething.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think a
Notice you
lot of
said
people are going to be
achievements,
like,
not
I don't
trophies,
get
but-
this. I don't know why you did this. 4K 60 on the PS5 as well. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. Also, to the deluded imbecile that sent that tweet, I'm gonna have a PS5 Pro soon. This is the exact kind of game like I was looking forward to it, so it makes sense to buy it here. And then if it goes PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, I've already got it. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I have moved away from Xbox. Like, I'm sorry that makes people like wet their beds at night and shriek and yell during the day at me on Twitter like children. But like, I've just moved away from Xbox. That's their own doing. I'm not going to invest in games on that platform. I'm not going to play games on that platform anymore. I'm not. I've moved away. They've given me zero reason to do anything with their platform.
And thanks for playing Call of Duty, which is owned by Microsoft. Yeah. Anyway, he has a hard time with reality. So anyway, I did interview the guy. There is a straight interview on my channel. I had to turn off the comments after the first 3 hours it posted. But I did. And he even had messaged me. He goes, "Hey, do you mind turning comments off?" Not a problem. Yeah. But I did a straightforward interview. I didn't, I just let him.
I commented.
Yeah,
My
you did.
comment was good.
It
comment
was, and I
good, yeah.
appreciate that. But there was a lot of that weren't that had to be removed.
I was just appreciative that you actually got some honest truth out of him.
Yeah,
which usually doesn't happen.
Yep. I never try and be combative when I do one-on-one interviews. I just try and let people either tell their truth and hang themselves.
That's why we like the WEBDAVE interviews.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Haven't done one of those in a little while, ever since I went to midnights. But now that I'm going to be back on days, I think those might start up again, because I've actually had a few people that are like, "Hey, man, I'm ready for my interview now." It's like, oh, yes. Looking forward to that, as it were. So, all right, Hargeet, anything else you want to cover tonight as we're going around? Anything else going on in the world of gaming?
What else did we have? We had the Pearl Abyss being approached by PlayStation to say, "Hey, don't put that game on Xbox," and they said, well, you know what? Too bad.
Yeah, and that game looks really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of that one? I forgot.
Crimson Desert.
That's it. I'm gonna pull the clip up. Actually, I may already have it downloaded. Take a look here while we're talking. But yeah, there's so it's anybody in the panel can jump in and make comments at any time. So open up your mic and just jump in, start talking. It's all good. Anybody else seen the video of this or seen anything about it? They're interested in it, or your thoughts on the current state of money hatting?
Definitely interested in the game. The current state of money hatting. I'm proud of Pearl Abyss for not taking the check. I mean, whether it's a matter of them, putting more money in their pocket, self-publishing, or they saw some of the writing on the wall, what happened to Square Enix taking money from PlayStation. Good for them to turn that down and earn as much as they can on multiple platforms, and as all third-party games should be, in all honesty. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this game. Their MMO, what was that, Black Desert, is done pretty well. They always had perks also in Game Pass Ultimate as far as for that, whether it's I think different characters or different skins and things like that. So seeing them go for more of like a single player RPG style game, I think will be an awesome transition for them, and another great RPG on the Xbox platform. So looking forward to it, and the fact that you can glide and jump from castles in the sky kind of thing, that also looks pretty cool as well.
Hey, Hargeet, type that in the private chat for me, will you? For some reason, I'm not able to find it, and I'm sure I'm just spelling it wrong because I'm stupid.
Which one? Sorry.
The one we're talking about. The one that
Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
I can find it for you if you want. But
Oh, here we go. I don't know. Why would I put a K in there? I have no idea.
Oh,
alrighty then. Yeah, so that would make a difference. Yeah, I do. All right, so just we have that playing in the background while we're talking about it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Some elements they're saying that it seems to pull from is like even Legend of Zelda type stuff. So crazy. And share. There we go. Does look good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts on the whole money hatting?
I think it's bad, to be honest with you. I mean, I get it. I guess the current state of money hatting for Microsoft would be that they're able to, to have it to where it can come into Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
If as far as exclusions for third-party stuff, if they do it like at a limited time, like a 3 months, 6 months, I'm cool with that. I don't necessarily see where they need to spend the money and lock it down forever, unless it's a game that they actually went in and spent money on. There's games that are in the works. Oh my gosh, what's that one Contraband game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually made by different.
Yeah, they own the IP, right? I think
exactly. Yeah, so they own the IP, they own everything, so that makes sense. That's a different kind of quote unquote money hatting.
Yeah.
If they're actually going to put in and support the game, but to just try and take it from everybody. No, I don't. I'm not digging that.
Yeah, I guess the question would be, what do you think about Stalker? Right, that's kind of in that vein. I mean, they fully funded the game, right? Obviously, it wouldn't have existed without Microsoft funding it. So does that make it legit that they will keep it away from PlayStation? And I don't know how long they do that. GSC hasn't said. They basically said we are not working on a PlayStation port. So. That doesn't mean that they won't eventually, maybe, but
yeah, I'm figuring with Stalker 2, it just comes down more so to the dev. They don't really seem too enthused or inspired to make that PlayStation port at this time. I think they're going to let things play out, especially considering how helpful Microsoft was with helping with relocation, to also helping with them relist their the original Stalker and some of their DLCs for console and stuff like that. So they helped them in that regard. But I think that was able to also go to other platforms as well. But I think they're fine with what Xbox and Microsoft have been doing for them for now, and they might just wait themselves, wait a year or give it a year to develop as far as for if they even choose to put it on PlayStation. But I think if the money is right, based on the sales on PC and Xbox, they'll probably just leave it at that and then put more of their focus on DLC as opposed to porting at that point. But we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, I agree with what Day Rizzy says here. Money hiding, or excuse me, it tells me there's no in-house creativity for sure. And then somebody else was saying, as Jay Dunn asked, the Xbox did Money Hat Stalker 2.
Yeah.
But then again, if it wasn't for them giving them the money, they wouldn't have got the game completed because they in a war and had to actually uproot and everything. So they actually gave them money to get them out of the country and get them to a safe place where they could continue working on the game, and probably saved a lot of lives, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, which is cool.
Yeah,
but
and that's those that left. You got to remember that others stayed behind to fight.
True. Yep.
So, when you look at money hatting as just the overall thing, it's like clickbait. It's the overall thing. If you clickbait somebody properly and you deliver what you got them to click on to your video or your article or any of that stuff, it's not bad. It's the bait and switch after the clickbait. Okay. And that's the problem. Now, if they money hatted with certain conditions and this and that, because they want to promote or push something, that's the bad thing. But if you're money hatting to help these people push out this game, I mean, they did the same thing with Cuphead. They helped out the creators for Cuphead because they wouldn't have been able to do it without the extra money, and they put up their mortgage for the house to be able to push this game out. You know what I mean? So when you do stuff like that and you just call out, oh, it's money hatting, it's a disservice to these people. Yeah, some of them are money hatted the wrong way because they're trying to keep it away on purpose. These guys aren't trying to keep it away on purpose. They just don't have the ability to develop for multiple platforms. If they had a team like that, then who knows? But, just blaming people for certain things without actually looking at the grand scheme of things of, look around you, look at what's going on, quit looking at blinders and just going with this thing, and that's the problem. I don't like the fact that when people do this stuff, they blame it on whatever company because it's a big company. Yeah, a lot of them do this stuff because they want to get their product out there. So they're going to take the money that they can to get that product out there. You know what? Sometimes you have the money, but you're just being greedy, and you're going to take even more money just so you could get the money. That's the bad money hat. So let's signify which one's which and just quit grouping them together. And just because it's Microsoft and Xbox, it doesn't always mean it's bad. I don't understand why it's always Xbox, money had at Stalker 2. Well, yeah, they did. There is no denying that. But they did it the right way to help these people out. Otherwise, like we said, there would be no game. The studio probably wouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Very true. Very true. And somebody was asking in the chat about the Game Awards. That is actually going to happen on December the 12th. It's a Thursday. It'll be live December 12th. It's their 10th anniversary. And so we're going to have our episode after that. Let's see, December 12th is their show. And so the December 15th, that Sunday, following Sunday, will be our big show here, which we're going to cover all about the award show. And we will also have special guests Dirk Riggedy and Sean 786. And of course, Hargeet Chani will be here as well. So yeah, looking forward to that episode for sure. And it'll be our 1 year, it'll be our 100th episode when we do that. So looking forward to that as well. So we're gonna have some giveaways that night as well. Haven't really talked to Hargeet a lot about it yet because it just kind of dawned on me. But I'll make sure I got some money set aside, and we'll be having some giveaways that night that you have a chance to winning some cash that you can spend however you want to. The only thing will be that you need to make sure that you have a valid PayPal account, because we'll probably be giving away $20 and then that way you can spend it any way you want to, whether it's a gift card or whatever you want to do. But we'll be doing that. We'll be giving away several of those, probably a couple $100 worth easily. So you definitely want to tune in for that, and anybody in the chat will be able to participate with that show. All right, cool. Back at it. So yeah, so Stalker 2 looks pretty good though, guys. What do you think? Huh? Kind of scary in parts.
I'm liking it.
Me too. Me too.
Definitely looking forward to it.
All right. Yeah, me too, man. I know we're usually do a longer show, but we're probably going to wrap things up here in just a few minutes because I know these guys. It's that time. It's that time of year. It is Halloween, and we have a whole panel full of amazing content creators, and we want to make sure that we go around and get all their information where you can find them. But they also have a lot of, since this is the week leading up to Halloween, a lot of them have on haunted houses and stuff they have to go to, work at, and other events they have to go to and prepare for. And we greatly appreciate their time tonight with us, and we appreciate you guys being in the chat. Thanks to Spartan 661 for all the amazing gifted members they did tonight. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you for that, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Even if you just here, and if you hit the like button, it's a big help. If you didn't like it, you can hit dislike. That actually helps us too. So whatever, but yeah, if you really like the shows that we put out here, please hit the subscribe button. I'll ask you for that if you can. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button, and by doing that, you're actually growing our channel. Right now, we passed 3K, so we passed 3,000 subscriptions, and we are on our way to 4K. That's what we're shooting for next. And like I said, we just want to continue to grow the show. And now that I'm going to be back on days. We're probably going to maybe do some extended stuff, maybe some playthroughs, and one of these days coming up pretty soon, probably in the next, either in the middle of November or in the middle of December. Me and Hargeet are gonna one of our shows is going to be a people in the chat show, where we're basically I'm gonna put out the call to arms, as it were, and I can have up to like 10 people total, so it'll be like 8 people from the chat we'll be able to have in here all at one time, and we'll just kind of rotate people in and out, and we'll just kind of talk about games. But that show will be coming up sometime either November or December, maybe in December. But we'll hammer it out with Hargeet, see what when that sounds good for him, that he might want to do that, because that'll be a fun show. One we could probably could actually get away from us and go long, but so anyway, but oh my gosh, Day Rizzy, dude,
oh boy,
wow, thank you, Day Rizzy.
Nice.
10 gifted memberships, dude.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for the 10 gifted. All right, Jay Dunn,
Yes,
Mo B, Juan Anthony Escudero de Leon, Dr. Funkenstein, Brian Scully, Potty Penguin, Leonard Herrera, Lydian Master, the Blue One, and Nam Omar.
cool. The blue one, that's isn't that Holly? I love it. She's actually going to be
No, that's the blue number.
That's the blue number. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Well, the Holly, the blue number, is going to be our guest in a couple of weeks. She'll be back on. So yeah. All right. So with that, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you doing that for us. The support is just overwhelming. We really appreciate you more than you know. Awesome. And there you go.
And we got Davies, member for 5 months. I just wanted to get on Hargeet's nerves, read them and weep. Just kidding.
Too funny. Well, anytime you want to pick on Hargeet, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. That was never asked for, but always appreciate. So thank you so much for your generosity. Is very grateful to that. I'm actually going to get that off here. Stop sharing. There we go. So yeah, that gives you access to all of the emojis. And if for some reason you didn't get a gift of membership and you like to have a membership, you only think, I like using these emojis, I want to talk some smack with emojis. Well, you can. It's just $1 to sign up on your own if you want to. That's it. That's all it is. If you want to sign up and get your membership to this channel, it's just $1. and by doing that, you'll be able to access all of those emojis that I just threw up there on the screen. So there you go, lots of them, and we rotated a few of them around. So there'll be a different one next week instead of the pumpkin. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but we'll have it. So who knows? Be crazy, be good times. And so let's go around the horn. We're going to start off. We'll start off in the corner. We're going to go to Death Dealer because I know she's got a show and she's got a lot of things going on. And I would love for you to tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and when your show is airing, please.
Okay, yeah, you can find me on Twitter as Dead Dealer M85. I am on Iconic Video Games on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time, I believe.
Eastern.
And Eastern?
Eastern. Yes.
Oh, Eastern
8
time.
p.m. Eastern.
Sorry, Eastern time. Yeah, that's my mistake. It's been a very long weekend. And actually later on tonight at 9 o'clock, you will find me on 4GQ TV doing my show Majestic Mayhem with Pink Pickles, as a matter of fact. And periodically you'll see me on Dreadpool's channels. But that's it as of right now. Unless you're in my area, in which case I have been terrorizing the masses and horrifying villagers all month long. So if you have been terrorized and traumatized by me, you're welcome. That's it.
I may
Are
hit
you
my
muted?
mute button.
Okay.
I was. So you guys are
I
in the
thought I
Florida
froze.
area, right? Is that right, Dread? You guys are in the Florida area?
Yes, Central
Yeah.
Florida.
There we go. Yep. So we
Yeah.
won't get any more specific than that. But yeah, there you go. So you thought you were worried about the hurricanes? No, just kidding. Oh goodness. Well, thank you, Death Dealer, for being on. Greatly appreciate you being here.
Thanks
Wonderful.
for having me.
Oh, love having you on, and hopefully maybe we'll do this again next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. We'll make it a tradition. There we go. Fuzzy Belvedere, the fuzzy one, the Fuzzmaster Jam, the man who is on just as many podcasts as Hargeet. Wow, that's a lot. So please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to you, all that kind of good stuff, and tell them to subscribe to your channel because they need to subscribe to your channel right away.
Well, just greatly appreciate you having me on here along with my wife, and this was an awesome show with you guys. Greatly appreciate the time. Definitely got to do this for future Halloweens, but always great to see you, Hargeet. Always great to see you, WebDave, as well. Love what you guys are doing. Always great to see Dreadpool and his wife. Just so much fun tonight. Everybody in the chat, thank you all so much for coming out and watching us. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it. And for those that want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at fuzzy_Belvedere. And as far as the podcast that I'm on, you'll see a lot of the postings for that on Twitter as well. Like on Monday, Xbox lunch break special at 12 noon on Double Barrel Gaming with Mr. Boomstick XL. And then FSP later on that night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fun Speculations channel. And then this Wednesday, we'll be doing Pixelated Echoes with me and 3-Bit at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. No show tonight, obviously. But yeah, catch all of my podcast listings on Twitter. And then I'm pretty sure Ferocious will list the one for Fridays at 6. But thanks again for having me.
There you go, sir. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you being there. And of course, we have the one and only, the lovely Ferocious Fee. Ferocious Fee, thank you so much for being on tonight. We greatly appreciate your time and you coming on. Loved being on your show when I got a chance to be on there. And please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and when your show airs. Can we? She's off mute, but I can't hear her.
She's not on mute. Uh-oh. Not sure what happened. Well, I'll do her outro for her if she's having technical difficulties. Always catch Fright Night with Ferocious Fee on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just do a search for Fright Night with Ferocious Fee on YouTube, and Fright Night or Ferocious Fee 78 on Twitter for her Twitter handle.
There you go.
Once again, great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I dropped the YouTube channel in the chat.
There you go.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Yes. And it's also in our description below as well. So if you want to, Fuzzy, I'm gonna go to Dreadpool's output. If you want to go check and see if we can figure out what's her, so we can hear her lovely voice. But I'll let you jump over and see if you can help her real quick.
All right, we'll
definitely love to hear from her. Sure. All right. So Dreadpool, buddy, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and where they can see these awesome 3D videos that you do.
Yes. Well, I dropped my link in the chat too. I really appreciate you guys having us back on again, and including the ladies. And you know, again, check out Ferocious V's channel, check out Fuzzy's channel. Both great people, both great content. Obviously, we can't check out Hargeet's channel, but we could check out his book. And WEBDAVE, thanks for having us on. Definitely come back and share this out to more people, because he's on the road to 4K. I'm about 100 plus away from 3K. I'm right behind you, Dave.
Awesome.
So, you know, and you know, all that stuff would be great.
Yes.
And don't forget, later on, check out Majestic Mayhem on 4GQ TV. But for myself, thank you guys. Appreciate it. And it's always great to be back on, and you know, when I can to do stuff like this. And you know, yes, the 360 videos are sometimes a bane for me, but you know, it is what it is. I try to get stuff out there and be unique. And right now I have at least a video dropping every day and a short or two dropping every day until the end of October. So
very cool.
And then I'll still have some more in the backlog that I'm trying to push out after October, because we still have another 2 haunts that we're going to, and then I have a convention party at Orange County Choppers Museum in Clearwater. So I'm gonna be headed out there after we do our trick-or-treating with Tiny Giant, and I'm gonna go meet up with Tampa Bay Screams out there and to see their convention thing. So, you know, definitely I'm when do you have time to game? You know what I mean? So it's like, get a little bit here when you can. But again, thank you all. You know, sorry to be long-winded, but it's been a while.
Not at all. Dude, thank you so much for being here. We greatly appreciate you being on. Loved having you, everybody else. Ferocious Fee, did you get your mic problem fixed?
Well, that answered that.
Oh.
Fee, jump on Mike on Fuzzy's mic.
You can do that. Yeah.
Go take over his computer.
Yeah, you take over Fuzzy. Oh goodness.
He took over his life anyway.
He's the tech guy. He should have it fixed. If he doesn't want you using his stuff, he should have yours working.
And that's exactly what Death tells Dreadpool already.
Mic check, mic check.
We can hear you. We hear you. Yep.
Oh, I heard her.
I think they can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can
hear you.
Thank you so much for being on.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer. It was working perfectly fine, and now, for some odd reason,
it's okay.
I ain't touch nothing. I swear, Fuzzy.
I believe her.
So, he told you where I was gonna be.
Just for the podcast.
Oh, so I will be. It's after Halloween, but I'll be at the Monster Mania convention.
Nice.
In Oaks, PA.
Very cool.
So if anybody wants to check me out. And Death Dealer just has to tell me what date in November is good.
Oh,
any Friday.
We'll let you guys work that out in the back. How's that? You guys,
yeah,
you guys
second Friday. How's the
go.
second Friday? We'll go with that.
That's fine.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Awesome.
I dropped Ferocious Fees link again for you guys.
Yes.
Make sure you click on that after the show, or if you're on a PC, click and open up a new window and subscribe.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
a great show.
Definitely.
I've been on there once.
Me too. It's awesome.
Once.
A lot of fun.
You could be on there again. I never said you couldn't.
I never heard nothing.
Oh, goodness. Too funny. Too funny. Much love to everybody.
November 8th.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. So let's hear from the man, Hargeet Chani. Hello, Hargeet.
Oh, sorry, just had to tab over to unmute. You can subscribe to my channel if you want, the Hargeet Chani one on YouTube. And if you want to pick up my book, Emergence, you can go to shop.chani.us. And it'll link you over to the many stores that have it. And or if you want to get a signed copy or get the merch, you can pick that up there as well. And thanks for everybody for coming on today. And we had fun with all the horror genre stuff. And happy Halloween to everyone. And I will catch you guys just before Halloween on Boom's show at 7 p.m. on U.S. Eastern Time on Double Barrel Gaming. And then we'll have our double header with Fonz on Fonz Gaming's channel with GameStalk Live at 10 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And check that out.
For sure. Exactly. Dude, thank you all so much for being here. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us. Still over 200 people here watching us ramble, as it were, and we really appreciate it. Like I said, next week's show, I think we got Luke Lore's going to be on, and maybe it's somebody else. I'm not sure yet, but we'll get that all hammered out. So we'll definitely come back next week, and then like I said again, just kind of throwing out in the distance that on December the I think it's 15th for us. The 12th is the Game Awards. And of course, we should hear some big things at the Game Awards, some good trailers, some news, and maybe some other surprises that will be there. At least from what we're hearing in the background, there's going to be a few surprises that Microsoft is going to own the show again. I mean, they're going to be a memorable night for Microsoft, but we'll see. The voting goes up pretty soon, so yeah, get in there and get your vote and all that kind of good stuff, and we'll be covering a breakdown of that. We're gonna have the one and only, the legendary Dirt Griggity will be there to talk on the 15th with us, as well as Sean 786. So here's Dirt.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
And then here's Sean. Yeah, so they both will be here. I'm looking forward to that, as well as Hargeet Chani will be there as well. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for joining us here on the Gamers Council. As I miss my outro. Here we go.
Over.